Hey guys, we're going to talk about the Convoy L2 flashlight. We got two examples here. Both of these are custom builds of mine. Now Convoy, if you're not familiar, is a brand that is a Chinese-based brand, but they're really not out there in mass production. They are, the owner is a guy named Simon, at least that's the American name he chooses. He's pretty active on the forums. A very committed guy to making not only really high quality flashlights, but also flashlights that are very capable of being modded, and custom built to your own liking. So he does some really cool and really amazing stuff with that. Now these L2s I've had for about a year, and actually I was not going to review them, but I started looking through and I noticed that some of the old videos I had on custom flashlights and some of the flashlight hacks actually did really well. The first week they were out, they got like 80 hits. I was like, ooh, that was a waste of time. And then here I come back, and some of them have like 2,000 and 3,000 hits, which is not tremendous, but it also shows that they're showing up very well in the search rankings. So I wanted to give a review on this L2. These are available multiple different sites, multiple different configurations, new versions, old versions. There's a fully assembled version. Both of these were bought as host, which pretty much just means the flashlight tube, reflector, and glass. No electronics, no LED. So these are both custom built by me, which is awesome. That's part of the allure of Convoy, is that you can do what you want with them. You can buy the regular, and Convoys usually take a pretty simple driver, which has a 3-mode and 5-mode, which is basically low, medium, high strobe beacon. And you can switch between the two different ones, and he also makes them available in multiple different power. So there's some that run at 1 amp, 2 amps, 3 amps. So you can pretty much customize how you want. Even with the pre-assembled store-bought ones, you can pick out different tints and colors and all that stuff. And the L2 is, as you can see, quite a large flashlight. It takes a 26650 battery. It has that big, wide, smooth reflector. This is a thrower of a flashlight, so it makes this prime, being it is so big and heavy, to severely run these things just as hard as humanly possible. And I built these two very differently. This one here is in the 2-cell configuration, and what it has is I think a 6 amp buck driver, because the LEDs are 3.7 volts, or I'm sorry, the LEDs are like 3 volts. And then you have 8 volts worth of battery. You have to buck that down to a usable amount. So I have a driver in there that regulates it down to that voltage, but then produces a good, steady 6 amp current for the flashlight. And when you do the math, this thing runs at about 1,800 lumens. And considering it's got a very, very low moonlight mode. It is very, very bright, has a very intense hot spot. This is a very nice searchlight style light. Look at how clean that hot spot is, how round that circle is. This thing throws hundreds and hundreds of yards. It's 1,800 lumens. This thing is a very bright, lights up the whole backyard. Really a beauty of a flashlight. And at 6 amps, you don't even notice the heat, guys. This thing really, 1,800 lumens, just all great, good run times, being it's 2 batteries. This one here, and I don't have batteries in it. Actually, I'm running a little short on 26650s because I only have a couple flashlights. I only have a couple. This one is different. This one is a linear driver, which basically says the same thing, that the flashlight's going to get a very regular amount of light. I believe this one is a 5 amp linear driver with a very, very low moonlight mode. It's like 1/10 of a lumen or something like that. So this thing will literally run like almost a year on that moonlight mode. Same thing as this one. It's got the 4 modes: moonlight, low, medium, high. And this one I think tops out at around 1,600 or 1,700 lumens. And that's just because I believe I used the XPL-HI, and it's an older one. It's not the most up-to-date. If I were to actually update this, to like the XPL V6, I could probably get that 1600, 1800 lumens. Has nothing to do with the 2 batteries, by the way. It doesn't, you know, like I said, that has to be bucked down to the lower voltage. So another cool thing is here's this S2, the Convoy S2 I built. This is a custom as well, and this one is a triple, and that involved getting a custom spacer for it, the optic, you know, a triple LED, and this thing is just a beast. And this thing puts out over 2,000 lumens. It gets super hot, but as you can see, it has a really low moonlight. And it's like 5 or 6 modes, but yeah, this thing is super, super bright for such a tiny little thing. So these Convoys, guys, are really fantastic flashlights, and the L2 is a fantastic flashlight. If you're really interested in getting into modding flashlights, this is a great option, because like I said, you can buy it as a host, and I think the hosts are around like $20, $25. Completed flashlights are around $30, and you can pretty much do what you want. There's a ton of information on the forums about these, and you can go and you can put, you know, direct drive, you know, drivers in these, so they run just directly off the battery and just spew out just tons of lumens. You can put in nice regulated drivers that give you really long run times, or mixes in between. You know, you can go with really small LEDs that give you a really thin pencil beam, or the XPL-2, which gives you more of a floody beam, so you can control your tint and all that and just do so much with these things. And they're really easy to work on, guys, because once you take that tube off, there's just a little retaining ring that holds that driver in place. Everything else, you know, is just held in place with the end. I mean, these things come right apart. They're really easy to work on, really easy to fix. And, you know, the Convoys are just absolutely renowned for quality. You look up any forum, and it's very rare you're going to see anyone say anything bad about a Convoy. They've just done a great job, and these things are just perfect for people who are getting into flashlights and who want that capability to pick and choose what they want in a flashlight, to be able to order, you know. And guys, if you're interested in these, or you're interested in the S2 or any of the other Convoys, and you don't understand, you know, the differences between the tints, you don't understand the differences between the linear drivers and all that, feel free, send me a private message. I can tell you what you're getting into, you know, what they mean when they say all these different options for these things. So if you are interested and you're confused and you just don't know which one to buy, shoot me a message. I'll help guide you through it. So hope you enjoyed. These are the Convoy L2s.